Hey guys, welcome back to After the Island. I'm Elizabeth,
And I'm Leo.
and we have
And
Liberty with us today.
hi guys, I was about to
Welcome,
join in on your
Liberty.
little intro, then I was like, and I'm Liv. Hey, thanks for having me.
Of course, we are so excited to talk to you today. You were literally like a star on the show. We were so sad to see you get sent home.
Yeah, I
Thank
was
you,
like telling
babe.
her I was tight.
Yeah, honestly, like when they said you're gonna be blindfolded, I was literally like, right, I ain't really got a chance here because my hearing is so bad. Like honestly, so when they took away my sight, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a tough one for me.
That's
She said,
fair.
wrap it up.
Yeah, but no, it was
Um,
good. It was good. It's definitely like pushes you out your comfort zones. All these challenges. Do you know what I mean? Like you
yeah,
never think you're going to be on TV with your legs like tied together in a mermaid suit, fighting for your life. Like you just
Trying to
never envision
survive.
that. Yeah, trying to survive. Like you just never envisioned that happening. But no, it was all good.
oh my gosh, I know it was so funny. Like all of those games you guys were playing were like they all could have gone so many different ways.
I know. I just wish that I trained harder in Ninja Warrior UK back at home because then I would have been more prepped. But I just kind of thought it was going to be like Love Island and vibes. But
Yeah.
boy, was I wrong. It was tense in that villa.
Wait, you
Yeah.
just said you did Ultimate Ninja Warrior in the UK?
No, there's like a Ninja Warrior like training fun ground thing, and
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, and like I
Like a
just kind of
workout
just
program.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
more like the type of girl that likes to go and do like random fun shit compared to like sit
Just said
down
fuck
stuff.
it in the gym.
Yeah, as you can see,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like a bit all over the place, full of energy.
You
So
have
yeah,
so much energy. You're like absolutely perfect for the show. Like any Love
That's
Island
yeah.
in any
yeah.
aspect, you're like dead on for it. I'm like, I'm crossing my fingers. We'll get to see you back on All Stars in the spring.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I think I was treating Love Island games a bit too much like Love Island because for
Yeah.
me, like, I'm not really like a strategic thinker at all. So, like, when people was going like alliances and all this kind of shit, I was like, oh, I was just here for friends and vibes. What do you mean, alliances and strategy?
And they're trying to like lock in and get the cash. You're like, guys, it's not that
Yeah, you
deep.
know what, guys? I'm not even gonna lie. I actually forgot about like the 100K at the end. Like genuinely, I forgot because it was like there was so much going on day by day,
Right.
and I was just trying to make it through like day by day. Like I forgot about the end prize. I don't know if they'll show that, but I was like, what money?
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
is
yeah.
so funny. I feel like
Mm.
my season, like we all forgot about it too. We were like, we also didn't know they had that until we like all coupled up and then they like announced it and we were like, what? Like we didn't know that was like part of
Yeah. No, honestly, like, because, like I said, there was like Love Island Games was like, it was, I think it was Toby that said it. It was literally like Love Island on steroids because you were thinking about, like, for me as well, like, I'm such an open book. Like, I'm so honest and I just chat, chat, chat. And because in the outside and stuff, I kind of tell my girls like everything. So I was
Yeah.
just chatting away. And obviously, that sometimes they're like, Lib, you need to keep your cards close to your chest. And I'm like, but I'm just not like that. They were like, but it's
Yeah.
Love Island Games. And I'm like,
Yeah.
shit. Like, it was just hard. I'm just not strategic. And I suppose that's probably why maybe I was vulnerable quite a lot. But no, it was good. It was good. It was good. I learned a lot about myself in there. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like, what the hell is my game with boys? Like, I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah,
no.
I would say almost because you and Callum like didn't really treat it like you were as a couple like trying to win, trying to win, trying to win. Like everything was just like funny and fun. It made me want you guys to win. Like I wanted you guys to win so bad.
Yeah, we weren't taking it serious at all. We was
Yeah.
just kind of there for the vibes and stuff. Like, yeah, it was like as soon as I met Cal, like we kind of was just on the same like fun energy.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it was about. And in there, like our training sessions and stuff, like our training sessions actually helps. Like there was
They
one
were
time,
so fun. I know
It
sometimes
was
they
actually
actually
funny
did.
as hell to watch that.
yeah, like
So good.
I know there was one time that I was just like walking around and he was like, Lib, you look like a zombie. Like, what the hell are you doing? But that day, we didn't even know. But that day, it actually kind of like trained us for that challenge because we were blindfolded and you had to walk and listen towards like what your partner was
Oh, right.
saying.
Yeah, you
So
Oh
guys
yeah,
did
yeah,
have
yeah.
that.
yeah, so it kind of actually like helped. So I was like, okay, like this is going all right then. Yeah.
I have to say my favorite training session though was the very first one with
With
Jess, and it was
That
trivia
shit had me
question.
dying.
You have you watched it back? And Callum, he's like in the beach hut, and he's like, I don't
I
even know
didn't
the
know the
answers to the
answers.
questions I was
Yeah.
asking them.
I know, yeah. Me and Jess were so stressed that day because obviously we were thinking, what the hell is this duel? Like, this has never happened before on Love Island. Like, and you know, like I think it's kind of me and Jess kind of did have a hard start in there because like the first couple of days, like you're already kind of on edge trying to get to know everyone. Like, you know how it is like settling into the environment and that. So like
Yeah.
first, second night to be like, say, oh yeah, guys, now you're going to be vulnerable because you're doing some duel. And I'm like, no, like this is crazy. So we were just kind of trying to like do our best, but we matched in red. We was feeling fierce that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, she actually smashed that challenge. Like it was actually close between her and Megan. It was close.
Oh yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was.
So if you and Callum had stayed and gone to the end, would you have split the money with him or would you have taken it? And then do you think he would have split it with you or he would have taken it?
I think I personally would have split the money because I think I know how like physically intense the challenges was. I mean, like even the strength one that me and Callum did against Toby and Georgia, like it was so
Oh my
physically like
God.
yeah.
That
And
was
you
like watching pure abuse for 4 rounds.
That
I
was
like,
yeah,
shit,
it was
like a fourth
oh.
round because you grabbed the thing. And I was like, bro, they're gonna win again regardless. Like, just wrap the shit up.
Yeah, you literally like you had to win as a team. So for me, because like, you know, all the physical stuff you go through and also like the mental stuff in there, like you have to like vote for each other. And I think one thing I struggled is after every time like someone went home, like I would just feel so guilty as well. Cause like where it was like me and Callum were kind of just friends and there wasn't like really a romantic connection there. And like when Toby and Georgia went home and there was like a romantic connection with them, I kind of like felt like I feel like I don't deserve to be here because I haven't got that romantic vibe with someone and people are going home where they've got like potential with people. And it was honestly, it was so hard sending the Islanders home because usually that's in like the public's hands. So it's kind of like that aspect was kind of challenging too.
Right. Oh, no, I get it. I know it because you're like trying to play both sides of it. And how do you balance all of that?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I said, I wasn't thinking strategic. I wasn't thinking alliances. I didn't know what show I was on. I thought I was on Love Island normal. But yeah.
But you didn't make it come off that way in a bad sense. Like when you thought it was Love Island normal, like you weren't like fully wearing your heart on your sleeve. Like you knew that, oh, like yeah, I'll catch feelings with this person. If it doesn't work, it's fine. Like you weren't tripping about it, which is a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think mine and Callum's strength was definitely like the heart rate challenge. Like,
Oh,
okay,
you guys ate.
physical challenges, okay, you know, maybe move it to the side a little bit, but heart rate challenge, we was there and we was ready to get that title. I think whereas like we hadn't won anything together as well, it just motivated us. Like that one, you didn't have to be like physically good at anything or fast. You just kind of had to bring out bad bitch, and that's what I did.
Like the fun side and the confidence, and you guys definitely both had that.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think mine and Callum's energy together was good. So yeah.
Oh, so good. And I feel like the costumes you guys had on were fucking hilarious. Like I was dying at Callum's little plastic anchor that he had.
I know.
Who was the one that kept putting like the oh my God, I think it was EO. He kept putting his like construction tools in people's mouths, like to the guys only.
Wow.
I was like, EO, what type of strategy?
What, Rudy? I didn't watch EO's back, but like in there it's kind of mad because you kind of just like black out. Like when you go out, you kind of just black out and like you just and then you're like what, and then by the time it's over you're kind of like what did I even do then? Like I don't even remember what I even did.
Yeah, and it was our first time seeing a heart rate challenge where you do it with your couples. Like for me and E, we did it by ourselves for our person, and then
we prepped hardcore for that as well. It was so funny. Like it was so weird because it's like me and Khaled obviously like just been friends, and now like we're prepping and I'm having to try and be like sexy in front of him. It was so strange, but obviously like it paid off because we kind of won the challenge. So yeah. Doing something right.
Like you're like doing your strut in the bathroom. He's like, oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I was like, you're gonna hold this shit down.
In his Welsh accent, yeah.
I'm trying.
But wait, Liberty, I wanted to ask you too. So I actually haven't seen your season of actual Love Island. What was it kind of like? Like, what was your journey like on that show, and how did you end up like leaving that show? Like, how were you dumped and stuff? Like, I kind of want to know like how that went to then go this.
Yeah, so I was coupled up with this guy like from day one, and we just kind of got on really well. Again, like we kind of brought out each other's fun sides and we had a laugh and stuff. And it was like my second ever like kind of relationship at the time. And we was just getting on, but as the kind of, you know, vibe continued, I kind of just felt like it was kind of a bit disingenuous. And for me, something I can't do is I can't act like I can't act for shit, man. I just can't. And like it was before like the final dates and that. And and like I just thought I'd rather kind of walk out now and choose myself than go to the final, because if I like do the final day and I just know that the energy is not right between us, and like I do feel like he's disingenuous, and I just feel like, you know, I've done the right thing by myself. And I kind of think maybe that's why I was kind of casted for Love Island Games, because they thought I'd be really good at sussing people out. But I didn't have a bloody clue. I literally... like, I generally thought they would suss me.
Yo, the way you said it, I didn't have a bloody clue. Oh,
so good.
I generally think that like Andy, I love him to pieces, that the exec, I thought I'm gonna stick Liv in this show because she's such a good judge of character, and she's gonna pull that shit right out. She's gonna be able to suss people out, and she's gonna be able to know who's doing who, and she's gonna be able to say, yeah, you're on some of this shit. I honestly got there, and I was spending so long trying to figure out how I was feeling, like most of the time. That I kind of... Yeah,
keep going.
You know, I was just saying, like, I couldn't figure anyone else out because I couldn't figure myself out and how I was feeling in there, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Well, when you went in, you were like interested in Johnny right away, which is like, he's kind of like the villain of the show.
Yeah, in my defense as well, like, to be fair, obviously I was kind of getting on with Callum, but we kind of established maybe the chemistry weren't there straight away. Yeah. But I feel like when I spoke to Johnny, like there was more of that flirty vibe there. But I'm kind of like, I am kind of like a girl's girl on the outside, and where kind of Sally was vibing with Toby, and then Justine was kind of vibing with Jack. And I had one convo with Jack the night before, but there was just no vibe there at all. And I just think him and Justine are so good together. And I feel like and then obviously, you know, Imani was kind of paired up with Ray, and Lisa was getting to know Curtis, and obviously they were kind of, in my head, were vibing. So I just thought, okay, like, I'm just going to pull Johnny for a chat. And I haven't watched his season. And I did say to Sally as well, I said, you know, this is your ex? Like, would you kind of feel okay about it? And she was like, yeah, like, it's fine. You know, we're all in here for the same thing. So I kind of like pulled him and like started to chat to him. And that is something I do on the outside. Like, I kind of do go for bad boys, and I think my friends take the piss out of me, because apparently when I meet someone, I am a bit of a hopeless romantic, and I go, I've never felt connected like this to anyone before. And what I realised in the Violent Games is I mistake chemistry for connection. That's what I do on the outside, and I did it in there, and I mistook like that kind of flirty vibe for like a connection. Because if I was being real with myself, like the chat didn't flow as much, but I didn't know whether that's because I was getting nervous around him. So I pulled Toby over to the sides, and I was like to Toby, like, I actually can't. Like, looking back, I'm like, Lib, what on earth was going on? But Toby was actually like to me, like, Lib, you're funny, you've got loads of stories, like, just go be you. So me in my head, thinking, yeah, I'm going to put out the big guns, decide to do a gamble, which in Brummy terms means a forward roll, and jump on the bed.
Wait, what's a forward roll? What
it's
is
like
that?
it's kind of where you like I was trying to show my fun side, so I kind of like just kind of did like a front flip.
Oh, like a somersault?
Oh, like you're saying like I thought you were talking about like a saying. I was like, is that like
Yeah.
a term?
So
No,
you did
like
a somersault.
I did like a front flip on the grass, and then I was just thinking it just kind of felt forced, and like with Callum, that fun goofy side come out so naturally.
Yeah.
Whereas with Johnny, it just weren't flowing, and I think, is it me getting nervous around him? I'm not sure, but if I would have been more honest with myself at the time, I would have been like, yeah, like the combo's just not there as much, but I just kind of was in my own head for a little bit. And like I said, I think they casted me in there to kind of suss out everyone. And how am I meant to suss out everyone when I can't even suss out myself? So,
yeah. And you couldn't suss out the obvious villain of the show.
Yeah.
Fucking Darth Vader.
I was laughing, trying to picture Johnny doing a somersault or like what do you call it, a gumbo. Like, I can't picture him doing that. Like, he's just not silly to me. Like, he's not like he's very like uppity and like he's always smiling, but he's not like a silly guy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I found out in there. Like in the chat, I was like, when I was in the girls' room, I remember saying like, I feel like I have a lot more fun with Callum, but it's maybe more like a romantic vibe with Johnny. And then I think, I can't remember who said it, but someone was like, oh, just let him cook though, let him cook, like that might come out. But it never come out. Like, he's just, obviously we just didn't mesh well together in that way, which is fine. Like, that's what Love Island's for, isn't it?
Yeah. After the coupling where he chooses Jess instead of you, and it like looks very shocking to us as a viewer, were you shocked then, or did you already kind of know he was gonna pick
I kind of like wasn't, and I wasn't, because for me and Jess had our combo, and like they did have chats, and obviously he kind of said to me like, I don't think the chat's flowing as good. And like I said, in there I was figuring, okay, is that because, you know, in there it is pressured, like you only get like a few chats and it's very like, okay, you guys can chat now, and you know what I mean? So I was like, is it
like
because
too many pots are boiling, you can't talk all over each other?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, because there is a vibe there, so is it because of that reason? And I think that's why I kind of didn't let it go maybe as quickly as I should have in there. But yeah, obviously he picked Jess, but I actually think, looking back on the show, like him and Jess are so much more suited than me and him was. Much more suited. Like they made like a good couple together, I thought. So I think he definitely made like the right decision for him. And it was just kind of like a shame that me and Jess like kind of not went head to head, but had that tiff, because like I said, on the outside I'm not really used to arguing or having them sort of tiffs with girls. And I think for me it was kind of hard having that in there, but you know, like we all kind of made up in the end, and that was the main thing.
Definitely. As the season went on and you see Johnny kind of like switch it up a couple times, does it make you happy then that you and Callum never really
I think out of everyone in there, me and Callum was definitely the most suited to me personality wise, for sure. Like we just had fun in there and stuff. But yeah, obviously as I seen Johnny switching up, like Johnny was there for the games. To be fair, I feel like pretty much a lot of people was there for the games. I didn't get briefed the same way. I wish I could. But yeah, I was kind of there for like the connection and the friendships.
I don't think that's a bad thing, right? So like when she was talking about how you felt with the recoupling with the Jess thing, my perspective at least, I was so thrown off because last thing I saw you guys doing was like you were cuddled up in the pool and you're like swinging around in the water. It wasn't the main thing in the scene. You're just in the back. And I was like, oh shit. And then the eye contact, oh my God. You'd be talking in the bathroom or something, or you'd be looking at him on like, we call it the breathe bench. I don't know what it's called now, but it's like the swing right next to the elimination pit. But you guys were talking there and I was like, they're either feeling each other like a lot or like they're playing a game or some shit, but I had no idea. And after recoupling, I thought you were gonna be livid. And then
so in the bathroom scene, I don't know if that was Ed, I don't know, but he actually was like to me, I get nervous around you. So I thought maybe the chat's not flowing because we get nervous around each other. And then obviously he pulled me before and was like, you know, the chat's just not flowing. And I think I can't lie, I don't think he understood my Birmingham accent.
Right.
I was gonna say, if you get nervous around someone, that's cause you're feeling them. Like,
Yeah, I was like,
if I'm not
that's
nervous
what
around
that's
you,
what
I'm
I
like,
thought.
yeah, I'm bored.
Well, that's what I was like. I was like, I'm getting nervous around him. Like, is it because I'm feeling him? Like, does we need like more time to explore that? And that's kind of why after the chat, like, I pulled him to kind of open up about that. But if we're being real, like, Johnny was not there for that. Like, he was there for the games. Like, he was there to win the money, and like respect. Like, obviously, that's up to him. Like, he wants to do that. So we just wasn't. It just didn't feel like natural getting to know him, because obviously things move quick in there, and and like I said, it obviously wasn't meant to be. So it's fine. I'm kind of glad that I was with Callum, because I had fun with Callum, and I just feel like Callum never really put too much pressure on me. It was just kind of like he made me feel comfortable around him, and it was nice. It was a nice friendship we had.
Yeah. Was there anyone that you wished came in, like, from any of the seasons that you think you could have had like a romantic connection with? Like, was there anyone you were hoping as you were in there, like, oh, I really wish so-and-so from season whatever could walk in? Or did you have like a list of people you wish could have come in that could have been romantic?
Yeah. I think it's kind of hard, because like I said, for me, I think I very much like someone that brings that fun side out of me. And like, for me, like, being around Callum, like, he did bring out that fun side, and we did have laughs together and stuff. So for me, it kind of would have just been like, if I could have paired like the kind of sexual like connection with Johnny with like with Callum's personality in one, I would have been like a done deal. I would have been like, yeah, sound. But it just kind of never like worked out that way for me. But now, like, it's kind of hard, because I actually don't really date people in the industry. Like, my type on the outside is proper like tradesman. I love a tradesman, like someone that can like. It's like someone that can like fix the floor or like the roof. Yeah, I guess you guys
trading when you said that, so I'm happy I asked. That's
I was
much
like, trading,
different.
day trading. I was like,
that's not what I saw coming for you. But okay, I could see the other thing making more sense. Like,
yeah, so like the tradesman in like the UK is like the typical like kind of bad boy with like the banter and like, you know, like kind of a few tats and stuff, and like typical like lad kind of a bit of a player. So I guess that's why I'm kind of attracted to that. But I have learned since Love Island Games not to go for that anymore. Like, nothing against Johnny, but I just think I can't like I can't keep making the same mistakes for myself. Like, I've got to move on in life and choose a good one. Yeah.
That's fair. So do you think you would ever go do Love Island All Stars, or no? Because do you think you'd be able to have like romantic connections with people going on the show, or would you just be like, I don't know, or maybe you would if there were some bad boys?
To be fair, I feel like
boy.
Yeah, that's what I need, a goofy bad boy.
Goofy bad boy. Yes, find Liberty a goofy bad boy.
Yeah, if they exist, then that's kind of what I want. But no, you know what, I would, because I feel like the main focus of Love Island is love, and like me being such a hopeless romantic is kind of in a way more suited to me. I feel like the main focus of this show was obviously games and the money, but kind of love on the side. Whereas I kind of got like swept up in the love side of it still, and like the connection side of it still, because that's just who I am as a person. And I wasn't thinking strategy and let's vote for this person, let's make sure that I just weren't, I don't know why I was like that in there, but I just wasn't thinking like that. So yeah, I think for me it was a really good experience, but like being such a hopeless romantic and like emphasis on the hopeless. Like, yeah, that's that Love Island's probably more suited to me.
But like, we can't blame you, because listen, we've all been on Love Island, but you're the first one to ever go on Love Island Games. Like, you're like the guinea pig for it, because you don't know what to actually expect. You don't know who's like, damn, I just want to get the money and dip, or I'm trying to like, you know, go half on a heart right now.
Yeah, and as I said, because things change so quickly in there, like there's bombshell after bombshell, game after game, like tension after the challenges. Like there's so many like different factors. It's not your typical Love Island where it's like let's couple up and vibe. Like it is not like that. There's alliances. And then it's kind of like being at like school and like you have like your friendship groups that have got each other's back. And like if you don't have an alliance, you can kind of feel a bit like of an outcast at times. And I feel like in there it is very much let's play it to the end and get the money kind of vibe. And I think there was just so much going on. Like I said, I was casted to be a good judge of character, but because I was trying to figure out how I felt, I couldn't even figure out how anyone else felt. So but
you keep on. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it was definitely like a whirlwind experience, and it definitely pushes you out your comfort zone, and like you learn a lot about yourself in there. So it overall was like a good experience.
Yeah, no, I love that. I feel like it's like you are gonna learn something no matter what angle you kind of take going into it. Like
exactly.
Nothing. But I was wondering if you felt like the fact that you kind of approached it in like romantic and Callum too, like you guys weren't really looking at it like this is a game. You were just like having fun with it. Do you then think like targets came off your guys' backs? Because like, do you think you made it further in games because you guys weren't seen as like a huge threat, like trying to make it to the end, win the money? Like it was all kind of like silly, lighthearted. Do you think you got further along because of that?
Yeah, I think at first, I think people were thinking more games. And I think that's why kind of Curtis and Lisa went, because they were seen as like strong competitors. But I think as the show went on, it was definitely more about social kind of status within the villa and like alliances and stuff, because people needed people that had their backs to get to the end. Do you know what I mean? So I think as the show went on, it was definitely more focused on like alliances and all that. But I think at first maybe it was a bit more like light-hearted games, but it got pretty tense in there at times.
Yeah, I would say you're like spot on with that. Like I didn't really think of it like that, and now you saying it, I'm like, you're right. It was kind of like this is the beginning, and then just kind of had like a shift at one point.
Yeah, it just got tenser and tenser as the days kind of went on.
So at the point where you left the villa, just because like I know you probably already know what happens and like we don't want to ruin anything for our viewers, but when you left, who in your mind at that moment did you think was going to win the show? Like who would you have thought was going to win or who you were rooting for?
I think it kind of wasn't a case of who I thought I was going to win, but like because I was kind of close to Imani out of the girls, and then I kind of obviously had that really good friendship with Callum, I kind of had to chat with Imani before I left and was like, you're a powerhouse out there, babe, like go smash it. And I was really rooting for like Callum to win, because obviously, you know, I'd spent a lot of time with Callum in there and I really wanted him to like, you know, go to the end and stuff. So they were kind of like my two that I was rooting for when I left. And I think in a way I think it was like my time to go. Like I think there was strong alliances in there, and I feel like for me, you know, I kind of had a rocky journey, but I still got up and I still participated and I still gave it my all till the very end, which I'm proud of myself for doing. But I'm kind of glad that I left, because then Callum and Deb kind of got to know each other, and like they're so well suited. Like Callum and Deb, like they're just such like a ball of like fun and energy. So I kind of feel like I left at the exact right time that was meant for me to leave. Like I said, honestly, I forgot about the 100K at the end. I was like, peace out, love you all.
That's honestly the best way to go about it, because you get to just have fun at that point. Like if you're when people are too focused on the money, you ruin your own experience. So like, oh, we have to do this, we have to, like, that's the shit I don't like. Like stop being so serious, just be goofy and have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. No, make an appearance again.
No, I love it. I'm trying to think. The one last thing we kind of like asking everyone is, was there like a funny moment that they didn't air that you wish had made it? I know you haven't watched like everything back yet, you said, but what was something like really funny that probably didn't make it to the show that?
Oh, I'm just trying to think. I kind of wish they showed I don't know if this made it to the show, but obviously I was like trying to practice my flirting skills with the girls, and Sally had this thing that she used to say, and she said it works every time for me. And she said it, and she was like, she sounded so sexy when she said it, and she used to say this thing that was like, "Kiss me or I'll die." And the way she said it, I was like, yeah, she was like, it was something along the lines. And the way she said it, I was like, you know what? I can see why that works for you. Like, that works for you so well, because she just said it so smooth. And then there was me trying to say it, and I was saying it so goofy, and honestly, it sounded like I was a serial killer. I was like, "Kiss me or I'll die." I thought, nah, this line's not for me. So there was definitely like cute, kind of funny moments with the girls and stuff. And like Amani was giving me like leading lessons and stuff as well, because she's good at cheerleading. So there's definitely like kind of cute, kind of just more chilled moments, I guess, that weren't put in the show. That would have been nice for you guys to see.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I definitely never heard that shit in my life. But
it works. It works for her. Yeah,
kiss me or I'll die right now.
Yeah, it works. It works for her. It didn't sound as smooth coming from my mouth, but I mean, fair play.
It goes from like sexy to stage 5 clinger. Like,
no,
only it can only be one or the other. It cannot go in the middle.
Exactly, literally.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Liberty, we've had so much fun talking to you today. I feel like we pretty much covered anything. I feel like you really went into the show with like no regrets looking back. Like, I feel like you probably wouldn't change anything. I feel like you're really happy with how everything went.
Yeah, I think everything happens for a reason, and I feel like for me, like, I learned a lot of lessons, and like even like I think everything in life, like if it doesn't go like your way, you can always take something from it. And I think for me in there, like, I definitely learned a lot about myself, and like I've implemented that now into like my life today and like the future, and it's looking good. So yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, I love that. And I feel like everyone's going to be so excited to watch this and hear from you. And to everyone watching, we are going to link Liberty's social medias down below. So go give her a follow, keep up with what she has going on. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and leave us any comments down below of what you thought of Liberty, because we know you guys are going to love her so much.
For sure. It's great to meet you.
Really like a star of the show.
Yeah,
it was great.
Honestly, it was so good talking to you both, and I hope you have a good rest of the day. My fat thumb's just kind of like blocking the camera.
Have a good day.
I said bye.